Before we begin this very important topic, let me do a self-disclaimer. This nastiness, this monster that is on my lip right now, it's not because I'm kissing every other boy in the Midwest. No, it's because my dad has really horrible cultural DNA, or I'm allergic to something and my lip decided to puff up. But I can't help it, I'm so sorry. So please ignore this nastiness. It's kind of giving me a feel for what lip injections might look like if only half my lip was done. So maybe we like it. We don't like it, but we're going on. So today's video is so incredibly important for your everyday life and something that you should actively be working on for every single day to come until it's bye-bye you. No, don't say it. Why? Because you spend every single day with yourself. You do not spend it with your significant other, with your family, with your best friend, with whoever. You're not spending every moment of every second with them. No, you're spending it with your mind and with yourself. So you have to make sure that you love you and that you know how to make yourself happy, because at the end of the day, you live for yourself and not for other people. You're probably first wondering, Katie, okay, yeah, I get it. I have to live with myself for the rest of my life, but why is this such an important, essential thing? That's a great question, and I'm so incredibly glad you asked. One, because you can't truly love others or another person until you can love yourself. Two, you can't be the most successful, best version of yourself until you know what makes you tick and how you can push that best version out of yourself. These two things are so incredibly important. One, because we're very social human beings that strive for physical companionship, so we have to love ourselves so we can love all those people we want to love us back. Two, because we're Americans and they say that we live to work, not that we work to live. And while that shouldn't be true, we should definitely have a healthy work-life balance. It's not always. And so to become our most successful versions of ourselves doesn't always mean career-wise, but in our daily lives. Every single day, you're learning more about yourself and you're learning what makes you happy, and that is 100% okay. Now, this process for me began about 3 years ago, where I really started to dive into what do I believe, what are my morals, what do I stand for, how do I want to influence others, what makes me happy, all of these huge questions that makes a person themselves. And now I'm full force every day trying to become my best self, because honestly, YOLO, you only live once, so I'm gonna go big or go home, and I want to know what makes me happy so I can live a very fulfilling life. The first thing, which is quite common throughout schooling and just life, is to keep learning. You're like, yeah, Katie, I kind of learn every single day, like that's kind of what life is. I totally agree. But even more so, what are you doing on your free time? You probably want to just lay back, watch TV, listen to music. I do too, and I highly recommend that you do that because relaxing is really great as well. But another thing is, I try to actively research maybe some topics that I didn't know about, read a couple articles, do some things where I can just spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes of my time every single day learning something that I didn't know. This backs up my beliefs and my opinions. Sometimes it shows me that those thoughts and opinions weren't really thought out and researched. Because at the end of the day, if I'm doing something that is destructive for myself or others, that's not going to make me a proud person. So I think it's so incredibly important that you're constantly learning and educating yourselves on these matters. Another important thing that goes with learning is unlearning. A lot of the times you're raised into certain things that aren't always the most healthy, and it's hard to realize until you're in a different environment or until you're in a different mindset. That's also why self-discovery is so important. It allows you to be able to look back and realize all those little things that were kind of destructive for you or other people, and to reshape them and to become a better person. And the most important thing is to constantly listen. A lot of the times we like to talk, which makes sense. We're human beings and that's our nature and that's our instinct. But sometimes we need to sit back and listen to other people's insights, research, etc. We can learn a lot through other people if you allow yourself to do that. So another huge thing for self-discovery and self-growth is asking yourself really hard questions. Why do I feel the need to invalidate myself over a certain feeling? How has my childhood brought about who I am today? What makes me happy? Why does this make me sad? How can I be okay with being alone? Now, these are normal questions that you might ask yourself, but not actually ponder the answer. Sit down next time you think that question in your head and actually try to go back to perhaps why you're doing what you're doing. You'll be able to discover, oh, maybe I don't have enough time in my day to relax and that's why I'm doing this certain behavior. Or maybe this thing in my life made me feel insecure about a certain aspect, and this is how I should become more confident and grow my self-esteem. There's so many little things in life that you don't notice until you sit back and go, crap, this is a huge thing that I totally know I can fix. Another thing that I personally don't like to do, but I know is so beneficial for other people, is journaling. You're able to look back to see how you've grown as a person. Maybe you see a trend of certain things in your journal pages. Perhaps you're only talking about significant others and not yourself. Maybe you can look back and think, why do I put so much importance on this one aspect of my life when there's so many other things that I can put into the spotlight? It's super important to look back at that journal, kind of analyze it, and then just grow from it and learn from it. Overall, self-discovery means taking time for yourself. It means having a self-care day. It means having a mental health day. It means taking deep breaths in and out and knowing that no matter what happens in your life, you're proud of the person you are. Because again, you spend every single moment of every day with yourself, not with other people. So you matter the most because it's your life and you have you forever. So push yourself out of your comfort zone. Ask those hard questions, pushing yourself to grow physically, mentally, socially, and spiritually. A lot of the times, asking yourself these questions or diving deep into who you are as a person is not comfortable because sometimes scary, uncomfortable things are going to come from that. But trust me, from dirt comes flowers. And by growing and self-discovering who you are, you're only going to flourish. I wish you the best of luck with your journey. Please subscribe. I would love for you to join my little complicated life. Thank you.